Dell Optiplex 3040 micro tower PC sold for 309 euros, boom, including shipping. That is a very good transaction. Beautiful PC. I'm just going to take a look. Hopefully this will be sent out today. I'm just going to bring that there and let that stay there. We're going to talk about this. But first things first, there's somebody that has been sending me price requests since morning. You know, the person sent me, I replied, and it took another 3 hours for the person to take a look at it and sent me another price request, which I replied, and then took another 3 hours to send me again. I wouldn't know why the buyer or the potential buyer is so, concerned with just reducing the price of this item. Ideally, this adapter is already very cheap enough, and the buyer is offering 14 euros and 50 cents. I insist that this adapter, because it's already very cheap enough, I want to go ahead and sell it, for 16 euros, because like I said, I really do think that this is actually, cheap enough. If the buyer doesn't want to buy this at this price, there's nothing I can actually do about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just send a counter price. I'm just going to leave that at 16 euros and let it go. Sometimes it's not just about the amount, it's about the fact that this item is already cheap enough and I do not want to reduce it further. You see, this is not the main deal. The main deal is actually here, a Dell Optiplex PC, very decent condition. This is a very good transaction for today. Like I said, if I still have time, I'm going to go ahead and ship this PC out today. But first things first, I want to use the opportunity to thank you guys. The analytics from this channel shows that you guys are responding to these videos. You guys are watching these videos. You are liking the videos. It shows me that you guys really want to see somebody just, flipping PCs for profit. It doesn't matter if it's flipping PC to build a house, flipping PC to pay your student loan. But you guys are watching these videos because the last video I put out on this channel is currently gaining a lot of momentum. And if you've not seen it, I'm going to be linking it here where you can actually click on it and take a look at it. It's me flipping PCs. The ultimate goal is for me to be able to make a lot of money doing this, to be able to buy a house. And this is not just me flipping PCs to make YouTube videos. There's a functional eBay shop behind this. And this is a business that literally flip PCs on a daily basis. In the last video, I did compare why it is necessary for you, if you want to go about flipping PCs, why you might need to start out, flipping office PCs instead of a gaming PCs. This video is very informative. Like I said, if you've not seen it, please go ahead and check it out. You may want to start out flipping office PCs because if you want to go the route of flipping gaming PCs at the start, you might be thinking to yourself, because it's going to definitely take you a long time to flip just one gaming PC. And if you have that experience, you might want to give up on this business. You might be thinking, this is not a business that works. This is not a business that I think I want to do because it just takes me so long to flip one PC. But if you start out with flipping office PCs like this Dell Optiplex 3040 PC right here, you are going to realize that a lot of people just want a decent PC, and you're going to be selling these PCs, and because of that, you're going to get a lot of motivation to continue to do more. When you keep flipping PCs, laptops, monitors, definitely you're going to see that this business works, and then you can then go ahead and also set up offers for gaming PCs, because if you just go ahead and set up offers for gaming PC and nobody's buying it, you're going to be frustrated because nobody wants to do a business that he or she doesn't get results from. But if you go this route of starting out with desktop PCs, guys, you are definitely going to be encouraged. There is a lot of demand for these stuffs. I'm not saying that it's hard to pull off. Definitely with the kind of videos I put out, if you stay here long enough, you are definitely going to figure out certain things that's going to ultimately show you how to do these things yourself. But if you are saying, Hardwareflipper, please take me by the hands, I have not got time to begin to figure out certain things, I just want you to take me by the hands and show me step by step how you do these things, what I need to do to get started, what I need to focus my attention on to get started, then ensure you go to the link in the description below, click on it. We are definitely going to get the conversation going. Apparently, this buyer is bent on buying this power supply for 14 euros and 50 cents. We've been back and front, and the buyer still sent me now a price request for 14 euros 50 cents. I'm going to go ahead and accept it because I think I do not want to miss this transaction, even though it's a very cheap item, but it is what it is. If you've done your checks and you figure out that you still have the opportunity to make a little bit of profit by accepting a price request, do go ahead and accept it. Guys, that being said, today has been also, an eventful day. You see, today I did receive, I'm just trying to go there to be really sure what I'm talking about. I did receive, a return request today. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Last week, we made a lot of sales. I'm just taking a look at it. We made a lot of sales, on the Fujitsu Esprimo P758 PC, and this sale was a blast. People responded. A lot of these PCs were sold, but unfortunately today, somebody did write me. I'm just going there to be really sure, I'm not just making this up. Of course, somebody did write me for one of the PCs. He wants to return this PC that sold for 318 euros. Unfortunately, this is something that kind of gets me worked up sometimes, because the reason for this buyer trying to return this PC is that he says he wants to actually, migrate to Windows 11, but he wants to do that with a laptop. And when I saw that, I was a little bit like, all right, wait a minute, all right? The original intention was for you to actually get a new hardware that will enable you, use Windows 11 Professional. So my question is, the buyer didn't think about this. He came onto my shop to buy a desktop PC, this decent PC right here. I'm just going to, pull it up so that you actually get to see the PC that I am talking about, all right? The buyer came to my shop, bought this decent desktop PC right here. I had my own side of the transaction, made sure the PC was sent out in record time, packed it very well, included all the accessories, sent it out to the buyer, and the buyer received the PC just yesterday, and today writes me, I'm so sorry, I want to return this PC because I really do want to use Windows 11, but I want to be able to do it on a laptop. And I was like, all right, this is not a problem. Like I said, this is what it is. And on this channel, I always try to let you guys see, the two sides of the coin. I'm not going to hide these kind of realities and just show you when these PCs are being sold. I'm also going to show you that, look, customers could be who they are. They could buy your stuff and turn around to tell you that, look, this was a purchase that was made in error. I didn't really think about it. Yes, I can understand if somebody is buying a desktop PC and the PC arrives and you might feel like, oh, this is really too big. I would prefer a small form factor PC, but then it's still a desktop PC. But when somebody says, I'm not going to use a tower PC, I actually want to do it on a laptop, that presupposes that the buyer didn't really think about what he wanted, just saw the PC and possibly saw that a lot of people were buying these PCs. We sold 14 pieces of this PC, and just yesterday I still received 2 more. So definitely I'm going to be listing them and selling everything. You see, selling this PC would not be a problem because the market has already confirmed to me that this is something that they want. And if you are fortunate to hit that holy grail, you figure out what the market wants, the best thing for you to do is just to put that item on rinse and repeat, which is look for the item, list it, look for it as much as you possibly can. This is what I did. And fortunately, I was able to get just 2 pieces of this PC. But then this PC is going to be sent back to me. I do not know when the buyer intends to send it back, but I'm going to be losing money definitely on this transaction. Yes, I spent money in shipping out this PC. And as soon as the buyer indicated that this PC will be returned, buyer automatically gets a return label. And that means that I am also bearing the cost of this PC coming back to me. And that's not all. The shipping materials I use for sending this PC out, which is the cartons in this case, I don't think I use bubble wraps. I'm not so sure. But the sellotape, the time I spent in packing this PC, all has been wasted. But there's only one thing I'm hoping on now, and which is that this PC will be sent back to me exactly the way it is. This PC was a very decent PC, beautiful PC. I think I did make a video of me packing it. Absolutely very clean, no signs of use. I'm just hoping that when the buyer is sending back this PC, the buyer will be somebody that actually cares about quality and take pains to actually send back this PC the way he received it. And if the buyer sends it back, I'm definitely going to come here also, open this PC up on camera. And if the buyer has done a decent job, I'm going to go ahead and refund money. But like I said, the beautiful thing is that this PC right here is a PC that the market has pretty much said we want this PC, and I do not think that it's going to be a problem for me to relist it and just go ahead and sell it again. Definitely, there's going to be somebody that's going to find this interesting. I'm not worried. You see, there are some PCs that you buy. First, the PC takes like 2 months to sell. And when it finally sells, after about 1 week, the buyer says, I want to return the PC. Then you are so angry because you are aware that the market has not blessed that PC. You know, the market has not said, this is a PC that we want. And because of that, it took you, first and foremost, 2 months, you know, to sell. But this one, it's not so. These PCs, they sold in a space of 2 weeks. Everything was done. Transaction was clean. Money was received. And everybody that bought this PC actually did confirm that it was a very, very good PC. But then I did receive 2 feedback. One of them said that the start button right here wasn't really what he expected. And because of that, I got a neutral review. And the other one pretty much just gave me a thumbs up. Unfortunately, was on a neutral review. So these are the 2 reviews I got on this PC. One thing I kind of noticed, when people do not give reviews, this is also presupposing that they are satisfied, because if people are not satisfied with whatever they receive, I'm telling you from experience, they are going to complain. They are either going to return the item or they are going to go ahead and give you a review. So this is one transaction that didn't really go down well. And right here is the second, you know, PC that should actually come back to me. It's a Dell Optiplex 3010 small form factor PC. I wouldn't know this PC was, you know, intended to be returned to me precisely on the 18th of April 2025. The buyer actually did hint that this PC was going to be returned for, I can't really remember the reason the buyer gave, but then since 18th of April, I've been waiting for this PC to come back to me. I didn't hear anything from the buyer. I wouldn't know what was going on, but the thing is, if you do not receive your items, you have absolutely no reason to go ahead and issue a refund. I'm just hoping that the buyer is going to send this PC back to me. It's pretty much a long time, and I wouldn't know who does a thing like this, which is you have said you want to return an item to a seller. Why would that take you so long to just, you know, to ship back? Because with the longer it takes to ship back, there is every possibility that, you know, the buyer may not necessarily have, you know, the original carton I used in sending out this PC. And because of that, the buyer might want to send back this item in a carton that is not, you know, good enough to protect, you know, the PC. See guys, networking is part of this game. If you want to be able to flip PC online and make a profit, of course you can pull it off without having to bother anybody, without having to send any emails. You can definitely pull it off, but then you are going to be operating at a much slower pace than if you decide to network with people, you decide to contact people, put yourself out there, you know, tell people that, look, you sell PCs, and if you are given the chance, you are ready to build a long-lasting business. Networking is one thing that has accounted for my wide success in this game of flipping PCs, and I'm telling you today, if you decide to give networking a chance, you are going to be amazed with the progress you can make in a very, very short time. Talking about networking, I was just minding my own business yesterday, and a company reached out to me. On this channel, whenever I, you know, upgrade PCs for sale, I tend to show you guys the SSDs I'm using for this particular transaction. I didn't know that there are companies, you know, far away watching these videos that we make. Company reached out to me and said, we are going to be having an exhibition in Berlin. Would you be interested in attending? As soon as I saw that, I could tell that this was an opportunity to network in disguise. I quickly went ahead and replied and said, yes, of course, I would be interested in coming for your exhibition in Berlin. But the thing you have to tell yourself is that you are not going to allow distance to be that thing that's going to prevent you, you know, from a potential opportunity like this. It's going to be a gathering of, you know, manufacturers of SSDs, you know, users of SSDs, and even sellers of SSDs. And if I am opportune to be there, definitely I'm going to be having a direct contact with this company, with their representative, and the opportunity to even market myself and say, hey, I make use of your product. I sell PCs, and on every PC I sell, I tend to want to use an SSD. And if we have the opportunity to be in business together, definitely I'm going to be using more of your product, and you are also going to be benefiting for the fact that each time I make a video like this, for the fact that I have very good experience in using your product, I am definitely, you know, very comfortable in recommending your product, you know, to whoever is watching these videos. And believe me, Companies want to hear things like this. They want to hear that, look, you have absolutely no problem recommending their product to the market. It's going to be a win-win situation, which is I get the opportunity to have a direct contact with the company, and the company has the potential benefit of reaching a much wider audience. This is what networking can actually do for you. Of course, I see a lot of people that say, no, I don't want to trouble nobody. I just want to have a small business. I want to just be able to buy and sell. I don't want to get out of my comfort zone just to reach out to a company and try to do business with the company. Of course, like I said, you will be able to pull this off, but once again, you will be doing yourself a lot of good if you decide to reach out to people that are doing the same thing that you are doing, people that have the very thing you are looking for. Believe me, some of the products that we all fight to get, there are companies that have this product warehoused. They are just waiting for people like you and me to reach out to them. In this case, you have the rare opportunity of being the first person to buy this product, and thereafter you can bring it onto a platform like eBay and even sell it and make your cut from this transaction. And this is exactly why you should be thinking in the direction of networking. Good enough, eBay as a platform has also made it possible for us to network. We've got the eBay community, and every now and again, eBay is always having a meetup. There's the eBay Open. There are so many opportunities for you to actually network. If only you will say to yourself, I do not just want to sit down here in my comfort zone. I think I want to reach out to people that can potentially change my business for good. So this is what we'll be leaving it today. Tomorrow, definitely, I'm going to be showing you more actions, and possibly something is going to sell, because right now, eBay has shown that, look, we are not going to be experiencing any form of summer slowdown this year. Hopefully, if everything stays like this, definitely, we're still going to be recording sales today, and everything's going to be going out tomorrow. If you enjoy flipping PCs for profit and you want to see more of this kind of content, please go ahead and be subscribed to the channel. Click on the like button and also click on the notification bell so that you are informed whenever I post a similar content like this. Until I see you again in the next one, peace.